Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our Super Metroid Link to the Past combo randomizer weekly race. Today we have what looks like we had normal difficulty for Super Metroid, and we have Aussie and Apathy Duck. I'm Professor Durender, and joining me is Azzy, and we're underway. Uh, so I see he's playing as an Inkling, it looks like, and Apathy Duck's playing as just regular Samus. I think that's an Inkling over on Aussie's side, and both.
I'll be able to confirm that with you once I can get the stream up.
Okay, yeah.
That's my bad.
Oh, it's okay. So both players opt to go into Link to the Past. It's a common start you see with Super Metroid. Just some power bombs over on the Hylia Island, and we got a capacity upgrade for arrows in Link's house. As we're sorting out some issues on our side, I am seeing that Aussie and Apathy Duck went over to check the uncle. That's some super missiles and 300 rupees from the uncle, and then there's also, that's like I mentioned, the super missiles in the chest next to it. So I actually missed what was on the sanctuary, and there's our map check. I just missed it too. And Ozzy's gonna go and grab the bombs from the chance on the below the shovel spot, and got that one bomb already. And immediately gonna go and check the race game blind. Okay, so our tracker, Maddie, I'm sorry for the bit of silence. We're still working out tech difficulties. Sir Palace, according to the chat, says is the Kraid token. Because yes, this is the most recent updates. If you haven't watched Super Metroid SMZ3 in a while, they recently added Kraid tokens. Added boss tokens for Super Metroid. So now bosses can show up. Like if you kill a boss in Link to the Past, they could drop a token for Super Metroid, and crystals could show up in over where in bosses in Super Metroid. So that's a neat little thing that it was added to this. And Kakariko, we're going through Kakariko right now. Aussie going from bottom to top, and Apathy Duck going from top to bottom. And yeah, as currently the tracker does not support the tokens, so they're just going to be question marks for the time being. So yeah. Oh yeah, I missed quite a lot of stuff. Again, I am really sorry about the delay in the commentary. I can't even say it in the chat for some reason, but yeah, it looks like Cac didn't really have anything except for grapple beam, which is, yeah, that's a thing. And so Aussie is going to go ahead and start heading over to Soft Shore. We're going to go and take a look at the. We're looking at the cave, or the dam. That's what it is. From the sunken treasure, just some missiles. So far, nothing really to in terms of items that, like, actual major items that we've seen so far, except for that grapple beam.
Alright. Yep, sorry about all those technical difficulties. It seems I'm able to get into the stream now. Are you able to hear me all right, Professor?
Yep, I can hear you just fine.
Alright, perfect. So it seems like Aussie's going right for his south checks. Right going into Mini Morph Cave. We get our morphing ball there, and I believe those are morph ball bombs.
Oh, that's nice. We already have morph ball and bombs to boot.
Yeah, that is a very loaded Moldorms. Apathy Duck is looking to go towards Agina, however, drawing him a little away from that morph ball, which, if he's looking to feed more into his Link to the Past logic, that can work out. However, we will want him to see path towards that South Shore here soon, just to open up more of those Super Metroid checks, especially with... Wait, no, they have not picked up Grapple Beam yet, have they? No, it's location.
I think I think it's on the tracker. It's on this tracker, so yeah. After the duck, going to go ahead and check Agina as well. Aussie's heading towards Ice Rock Cave. We get Silver Arrows by itself.
And just some super missiles over in ice. Saving Quit going back over... Oh, wait, no. Hard restart. Heading over back to Super Metroid. Now makes sense now that he's picked up his Morph Ball and Morph Ball bombs. There are plenty of checks. Likely going to head towards Torizo. Get an early check there. Because they did not go all the way down to Blue Brinstar, right? They went straight into Link to the Past?
Yes, they both went into Link to the Past, because that's the most common thing you see here. And looks like Aussie's going to head off to the right. Going to grab some of the items that are just right here, right next to the gunship. And we're going to go and have some infinite bomb jumps for Aussie, while Apathy Duck's going to go and grab the hull that was from the Mini Moldorm Cave, where the Morph Ball bombs and the Morph Ball itself. And there's some bombs just in that spot where next to the gunship. And now Ossic's going to head off to the left side and probably going to check the Terminator first. I think that's Terminator. I don't know my Super Metroid locations. I'm sorry. All right, looking to grab just some extra supplies for the road home over on Aussie's side, and Apathy Duck's gonna follow it. This is not Terminator. I just realized this is not Terminator. This is coming up. Terminator's coming up.
Yeah, right now Aussie's just moving through his gauntlet. I believe that is the term for this area. what I've heard it referred to as multiple times. But
Yeah, I think that is kind of what. Yeah.
there's 2 checks coming up. Rupees and super missiles. He's going to opt to pick up the super missiles. I can't see him grabbing the rupees though. Oh, I guess he wants his 50 rupees. Decent paycheck.
Yeah, I think this is so that we could get some Zora money. We get our first sword from Terminator. That's Terminator.
Yeah, that's Terminator. You always come back. Now, with the new SMZ3 checks, will checking the golden trophy room, will that tell you what the rewards are for killing Metroid bosses?
That I'm not sure on. I just know that this is a thing that was added, but I don't think it's possible. I can't tell. Everybody duck heading over to Rick's ship in the meantime. All right. We got 2 sets of missiles in this room and an energy tank.
See, Apathy Duck is going to go for his full wreck ship clear, it seems. He doesn't I don't believe he has the facilities to do a full... Actually, no, he can kill Phantoon with what he has. It's a little dangerous with only 1 E-Tank. However, both of these runners are very, very talented. I'm sure he's looking for 1 more just for safety, but with 1 E-Tank and a little bit of change, I'm sure he can get a safe Phantoon kill.
Yeah, this is and then we did get Spazer, so that's...
Yeah, Spacer gives him a little bit of confidence for sure.
Yeah, that helps.
Nice reserve coming on the side of Ozzy. Definitely, for him, it's definitely looking a lot safer to do this Phantoon check early. Yeah, Apathy's going to go right into it with 1 E-Tank. No refills, no nothing. Hope for some, at least, fun Phantoon fight. We don't want to see anything too miserable.
Yeah, so this is gonna be good. This is actually moved from Apathy Duck anyway to get over to Rick's ship as early as he's doing it. Which I mean, I have nothing against that. That is a play you do make with the fact that you have morph and bombs right next to each other.
Morph and bombs can lead you here. I think for me personally, to want to do a dive into Wreck Ship, this like as full committed, I would have liked to have had some sort of speed booster knowledge, but just to get through Highway, right?
Yeah, that's the... Then you probably would want half that information, and at least for Apathy Duck is still making do with the fact that it's only 118 HP. That will be able to that will be enough to knock down Phantoon.
On the other side, while this was happening, Aussie did find himself a Power Glove in Pink Brinstar, which could lead him towards Agena. Also could put him up Mountain.
Yeah, so it looks like Phantoon Boss did hold its own hold its own medallion, so that's nice. That's the first boss on the board for Apathy Duck.
He's gonna move to check out some early not Plantera. Sorry, what's that boss's name? Spore Spawn.
Spore Spawn. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one thing I often mix up. That and Plantera from area. Plant bosses.
Yeah. I even sometimes I get that confused with Bot's Womb, but even that's just me. We get Blue Mail.
Yeah. Blue Mail is another thing. Nice for safety. A nice thing of us using normal logic. Not actually hard logic doesn't affect Link. Yeah, does it? It doesn't. The fact we're playing SMZ3.
Yeah, hard mode and the normal and hard but logic only applies for Super Metroid. It doesn't apply anything for Link to the Past.
Yeah. he is able to find our second sword of the seed. Of course, he has not gone back and picked up that first sword that Aussie did grab, which was on Terminator. But as soon as Aussie passes over, that is looking at a Master Sword. And just from where our logic is, both players are still perfectly in logic. If we see Aussie path over, we could be potentially looking at not a Gina, sorry. Aghanim.
Yeah, Aga is... Yeah, I guess the thing with the lamp...
We are seeing early Master Sword access. So, did they check Lumberjack before I was able to get into the restream?
No. As far as I can tell, no.
Yeah. With something like SMZ3, where you already have so many checks so early on access, some runners will opt to not check. Oh, and there's our other armor upgrade too. Really, just getting a very powerful link right now. But yeah, we'll check to not check your Lumberjack ledge, just because most of them aren't looking at it them being your Dark World access. However, it still can be possible.
Right. After the duck went through the first part of the spiky room of death, but did fall, so that's a reset. Ooh.
I missed that last grapple.
I did see it looked like Bombos. Yeah, that was Bombos Medallion over on Aussie's side. Not gonna pick it up just yet. Wants to go into Billy May's room just for now.
Seems lucky for Apathy Duck. He did take a safety save not too long ago, so we will be able to run right back over into Mr. Spiky Room himself.
Yeah, Heart Piece and a super missile over in Billy May's room, so not really nothing too useful. Oh, looks like
room isn't exactly overlooked.
Yeah.
Sorry, what were you saying?
Oh, so I was gonna say that Maddie Warcard, our tracker, pointed out that was actually a save scum, not a fall that caused a death or anything. But so just wanted to save scum that so that you won't be able to pick that up. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and just carry on with the robot room, as I'm gonna call it, because again I don't know the community names. There's just a 50 rupee.
Yeah, that's on me for assuming Apathy Duck would ever make such a silly mistake as dying in Spiky Room.
Happen. And I've seen it before.
It's an unfortunate thing to happen when it does happen. However, him making what looked like a mistake actually come out calculated.
Yeah, and that's what you're gonna see with some of these runners, is that you'll see these plays where you save scum an area of the map so that you can just get some intel, and then you just, if it's not anything of worth, then you just don't bother. And there's the power bombs in the sky. It's just a Master Sword, and there's our flutes.
Yeah, especially with that that Power Glove. I'm really expecting Aussie to go right back in, go do his Kakariko, activate his flute, and head right up that mountain. Power Glove and flute earlier definitely pointing him in that direction.
Yeah,
but, Bomb Chorizo on the way won't hurt.
Yeah, it's a thing you can do just as a thing. If you're quick enough, like Aussie can do, just you can just avoid having to fight Bomb Chorizo. I have to fight it though. Sorry. But yeah, that's a simple fight. Nothing about it that Bomb Chorizo. Was just shoot at a missile in your gut.
Fortunately, with our early bomb pickup, that does mean we're actually going to have to fight Bomb Chorizo, as his boss fight is triggered by noticing bombs in your inventory.
That explains it. And there's that Master Sword pickup for every duck on the power bombs in the sky. Also, I did check that on Aussie's side that yeah, that was actually an inkling, because I took the look at the little the file select screen. That is what it is. And Aussie's going to head over to Rex ship as well. Gonna get his Phantom token picked up after crossing the moat.
From this, he's going to get his Phantom token, but he's also going to be likely picking up his Master Sword, as well as I don't see him avoiding a free red mail.
No, it's so early on that you don't really have to worry that red mail is actually a free pickup.
Yeah, it's a free pickup, plus not having all too many hearts over on the Link to the Past side can definitely give some extra confidence when fighting something like Blind, which of course I'm sure he's more than confident fighting Blind, but sometimes it can be a little tricky. Take a little too much damage there. I've seen a couple runners fall to a early Blind fight.
Yeah, the low percent fights for Blind is not particularly easy, because considering all the shooters that shooter heads that you're dealing with. Appity Duck is going to pass through the bowling alley to grab some stuff.
Spazer, that was the other item we found in Rex ship.
Yes,
so,
the Spazer.
Ozzy is now equipped with Spazer. He is looking at a healthier Fan 2 fight as well, as he's walking in with a reserve and 2 energy tanks.
And just some arrows in the bowling alley. Just underneath the bowling alley, and probably see what's behind the bowling alley. It's a plasma beam.
Plasma beam. Do we see him pick it up?
No, just yeah. You're fine with just without the plasma. You have a Spazer. You're pretty much set. There's a small shield. Passing up the chorizo. Chorizo, not chorizo.
What are your opinions on shields? I know it's a very controversial topic here in randomizer scenarios, but you pick them up, you avoid them. What do you do for your shields?
It depends. If it's from a chest, then you have no other option. It's like what it's like whatever. You could just have it there. It's better defense in front of you anyway. But if it's like a freestanding thing, it depends really.
You see it on. So let's say you see it in Link to the Past Mushroom. Do you grab it at Mushroom?
Yeah, because it is a fetch quest, and who knows if you'll want to use it for anything, especially if you have Samaria, because you could do fake powder in that case.
That is very fair.
Apathy is going to go ahead and go down the red tower.
I still stand by that. I think Aussie should be going back to Link to the Past here with Flute Power Glove. I don't see where that can point you outside of Mountain. Maybe he's waiting for Lantern to get Old Man in logic, but
I get Matty, or it's correct to me what you meant, but a shield on the mushroom spot is it's early on. You might as well. I could pick it up. I'd probably pick it up.
All right. Yep, he did grab his free red mail. I don't see any reason why he wouldn't.
Well, we did find Hammer.
That was Hammer in Ice Beam Room, I believe, right?
I believe that's the case. Yeah, there's our Aussie's Master Sword.
So right now on Aussie's side, you have Red Tower to clear. You have, I believe he's cleared all of Blue and Pink Meridia.
Oh, it's Alpha Power
Not
Bombs.
Meridia, sorry.
Behind Alpha Power Bombs, not Ice Beam.
Right.
This is again. I'm not qualified to name off the names of the individual rooms.
Yeah, my mind was telling me like, oh yeah, you use Ice Beam on those things. It's an Ice Beam room, but we now see Ozzy passing through his spiky room. As Apathy Attack is going to go check Vanilla X-Ray.
Yeah, it's a long climb through the grapple beam.
Yeah, but if he's already clearing his red tower, it'd be a waste of time to not check it already.
Well, of course, yeah, that's
Yeah.
why you do it anyway. It's some super
Yeah, just some
missiles.
super missiles. I guess Apathy is quite behind on terms of just the raw super missile count compared to Aussie. It's definitely worth picking up.
Yeah, but even then, you still have like, even then, you still aren't like hurting. Just even if you have like, if you're like 10 power bumps or 10 or not even 10 power bumps, 10 super missiles behind, and you have like 5 power bumps behind, but you'll find some along the way. It really shouldn't matter.
Neither of our runners have actually done a very out there check, so most of the checks we will see the other ones do. It's just a choice of routing. We saw Apathy Duck, of course, go for the early wreck ship play, while obviously decided to play back check most of Brinstar. I don't believe he cleared all of Pink Brinstar. I don't believe he checked Charge Beam. If he did, that's my bad for forgetting. But he definitely didn't check the waterway underneath of Charge Beam, which he would need Speed Booster for.
So just 20 rupees, over at that side of the red tower. And yeah, it's just chat's pointing out that Apathy Ducks has been sitting at 33 energy this for quite a while now.
Yeah, I don't think he's too scared. I think he definitely has a lot of confidence. He's gonna right now going into Kraid's lair. Makes sense. All you need is a couple supers. Gets a quick Kraid kill. Wow, that is a tongue twister I never thought I'd say.
Yeah, that if you can get the quick kill, then you're golden. Otherwise, you could just even in the prom fight isn't the worst as well. There's a heart container on top of like the Kraid area.
Duck has not picked up his red mail yet, so I personally there would have grabbed that heart as it's a full health. It doesn't really cost you very much time, but we will see him go full dive into the Kraid fight with a tiny bit of farm, just getting himself an extra 60 energy. As we now see OC's going to go back into wrecked ship for the last few checks that he missed earlier. Some nice damage boosting. Very clean. As Apathy Duck has set up for his quick kill.
Gets it.
And, yeah, very well done. And that's a Crystal 7, I believe I saw?
Crystal 2. Crystal 2.
Crystal 2. Okay.
So that's a crystal on the board. Although
he opts to grab the quarter heart piece over the full container. That's it sure is one play.
The heart piece isn't like typically you're in the air. If you're actually kill a boss and you grab the, you probably would rather just grab the item because it's not too and plus heart pieces you pick up a lot of Super Metroid anyway. Those by the end of it it will carry over to hearts at the once you get back to Link to the Past. So it doesn't lose you time anyway.
He has found his plasma beam. Is he going to grab it, however? Nope, he's not. He's comfortable with his phaser. We do see that Apathy Duck finally grabbed himself a second E-Tank. People in chat can stop worrying about that 33 health. As he's going to dive down into Norfair.
I will say something from that comic I'll boost something from Kamikaze Slop. Awesome name, by the way. Yeah, the fact that Aussie's Inkling sprite for the bowling alley, it looks like the Chorizo is just holding just a piece of paper. It looks like
that, or maybe even a plate trying to serve some dinner.
That too, yeah. We get a missile from the high jump boots.
With perfect wall jumps, however, we don't need high jump boots to escape, as he's going to continue his Norfair checks. Aussie's now going to start doing his red tower clear.
Yeah, that will give him the hammer off of the alpha power bombs. They have alpha power bomb missiles rather.
It seems both of our runners are very, very committed into just this full dive, grab every Super Metroid clear as quick as possible before moving on back into Link to the Past clears. I don't think that Hammer is going to change Aussie's mind on that, as Hammer is a very nice item to have, but it itself does not open up, especially if he didn't go into Link to the Past with the items he's previously gotten of his Mitt, Bombos, and Flute, and even Tempered Sword. I did not see he grabbed a Tempered Sword. But I feel like adding a hammer, I feel like that's not enough to force him back yet, especially when he still has plenty of Super Metroid clear, checks to clear. So Apathy Duck is going through their Norfair clears, just chugging along.
Yeah, both there we knew of the three swords. That was from the Terminator room, the left supers and Rick's ship, and missiles in the sky.
Okay, yes, I do remember it in the sky now, which just means that Apathy Duck has still not made their way through Terminator.
Yeah, because that was the one thing, because which is interesting because both players did do missiles in the sky. The only one is just like had gone there through Gauntlet / Terminator, the Gauntlet area and Terminator.
See Apathy Duck going back to another safety save after, I believe, again just cheesing a Norfair check.
Yeah, and to add something to the chat, yes, even though we have no suits, so Apathy Duck's gonna head over to Link to the Past, through the Red Tower portal that takes you to Death Mountain, which is actually the top. It's actually the top of the old man cave, the mountain cave starts.
So, not to step on you, but just correct, it is the Norfair cave that takes you to Death Mountain. As I believe I saw, was that Wave Beam?
That was Wave. Yep.
Yeah, I saw some sort of wave in Spec Rock, as we're now actually going to go just grab it.
Yeah, I meant to say Norfair, not Red Tower.
All good, all good. Is there a portal in Red Tower? I don't believe so.
No.
Yeah. Whatever way, we're gonna set it for a bomb jump. A little yump.
Yeah, this one's actually this one's not particularly tough. It's just more of a lineup queue, and that will do it.
I'm trying to think. I believe that's the one bomb jump I can do consistently, and I suck at Link to the Past.
Well, fellow Link to the Past wonder here. That bomb jump is it's a lineup thing. It's pixel perfect. That's a bomb jump, and I've done plenty of bomb jumps in my time, so like different bomb jumps and stuff.
I've just learned it for rando. I never really got into the vanilla speedrunning.
I've been meaning to do a speedrun for Link to the Past, but I haven't done it because for one reason or another. But Apathy Duck's gonna go ahead take a look at the old man. He's gonna rescue the old man. Just some 20 rupees. Aussie's gonna go ahead and start the Kraid fight.
Does he land his quick kill? I imagine he does. I don't expect legendary players such as Aussie to miss this.
Yeah, this even then if you've missed it, that's like no big deal. You can just get through that problem fight. But Aussie will get crystal number 2, crystal 2. That's crystal number 1 for us. Off of crate, and we're good.
Go for back of escape.
This is the front of escape. Back of escape is
she's going for Zelda Spell. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the front of escape.
The dark room, the dark cross here.
Dark cross is its own separate thing.
He does not have.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say he does not have boots or glove, But he does have bombs, so never mind. I was gonna say, like, is that back in Logic? But no, he does have bombs.
Yeah, and you also have the key on hand, so that means you can go to the back of escape here.
Played a seed recently where I went through all my escape. It was all beautiful, and I didn't get a single bomb, and it was very frustrating. So I had to go buy bombs, go back. It's a whole mess.
Yeah, that can't happen. With the key and the map being the first two that we find at the front of escape, that means everything else is going to have items. Aussie's going through Norfair right now.
Apathy Duck's going to do his Zelda Cell Ball and Chain Guard, just opting to just do some swords. I believe it's 8 slashes with Master Sword.
I believe so. I haven't checked in a while, but Apathy's going to go ahead and set up for
either 6 or 8.
Yeah, Apathy's going to intentionally set up for a Death Warp so that he can get to the front. So if no mirror, that's your best option to get to the back, get to the front quicker.
Yep. Yeah, that is just true.
Yeah, that's it. That's for most. That's also just for Link to the Past. If you've seen any of the Link to the Past randomizer tournaments, runs, matches it on Speed Gaming, you would know this.
Yeah.
But yeah, with Apathy Duck heading to the back of escape, this is out of logic because there's no lamp. Yes, the difference between SMZ3 and Link to the Past is that you still need a lamp. A lamp is 100% required for logic for both dark rooms. There is for either dark rooms with torch boxes or without torch boxes. Even though in the in version 31 of the Link to the Past randomizer, a fire rod could be necessary for sewers, the sewers, or the back of Eastern, provided that the big key is not in the its own in the vanilla big key chest. But in this case, in here you still need the lamp regardless. There is no discernation between the two.
It is definitely one of the most quality of life changes I would ask for, as we finally see Aussie going into the mountain. Doesn't choose to activate his flute first though, but we're gonna see him go right for Old Man. Of course, he does have glove compared to Apathy Duck, so he does have a little bit more he can do back here, I believe.
Ooh.
And there's our mirror in the back of escape.
On top of that, we did get Spring Ball, so that's a thing. For jumping around and stuff, I guess. Super Metroid with a ball.
Does Spring Ball give any logic?
No.
Or does it? Yeah, it's just a quality of life thing that I feel like most of our runners are more comfortable with their bomb jumps, anyways, where it's not really necessary.
Yeah, so that's Apathy Duck's going to head back into Super Metroid. It's going to go and clean up the rest of criteria that he had missed during the start. So that includes Bob Terizo. So we'll see a fight from a fight of Bob Terizo here.
Something you don't see as common, at least I don't see it much when I watch SMZ3 or even just SM randomizers. Just most players will check their bomb freezes early enough where they won't have bombs. So it's nice to actually see this fight outside of any percent once in a while.
Yeah, that's the one time you see it, and it's right here. Aussie sees the wave beam and is also going to go and pick it up.
I imagine there's no way he doesn't.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I will say too that with that mirror that Apathy Duck had picked up in the back of Escape, this does bring the East Step Mountain into play, as well as Hera.
Yeah, as long as because he's clearing out his criteria and hopefully his Brinstar, so he will end up with his Power Glove. or he's going to run right into Lake Hylia.
Yeah, this is so that you know. This I believe this is probably going to be a Mountain Cave play. Yes, this is going to be for Hera.
Hera is a nice quick dungeon, especially if we grab our key early. We don't need to do any sort of basement dives. It probably is the fastest dungeon for you to clear. Moldorm himself is not a very difficult boss. I don't think I will see any falls from runners such as Aussie or Apathy Duck.
Now, this is dependent on if when we get that a fire source for the back, because for the if it gets the big key is locked behind itself. And there we have our information. We did see 5-6 crystal on Turtle Rock. We have a Dragon and Ridley tokens on Swap and Thieves Town respectively. Green pendant on Ice, pendant on Meyer. I think there's a pendant on Skull as well. And we also get our flu activation from Aussie.
See, Apathy Duck again choose to go for a small piece of heart on top of Spec Rock, just using his mirror and his little bunny transformation to get his way there. Basement holds the compass.
So this big key will have to, if the big key has to be here, so that in order for Epi to progress, and it's not here, it's going to be, which means since we have no fire source, we know the fire rod's location that we just saw right away. That was from the desert ledge. Yeah, and we don't have a way to get to it without, no way to get to it yet. So that will be a dungeon let out for now. And there's no hook shot either, so you can't even do a Hera pot here.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. I was like, is he gonna Hera pop? We have not found a hook shot yet.
Yeah, there is no hook shot. Yeah, oh, sorry.
No, I was gonna say we get the silver arrows on Aussie's side from his Agina check, as he's also gonna look for this Hera play, I believe. As has to give the old man an extra little hug. Misses the first one.
Yeah, it's you basically are practically near identical with Apathy Duck, save for the bombos and the extra sword. But you're checking this to see if you could actually clear it, and if not, you just go through the rest of East Step Mountain like it's no big deal. Spiral Cave didn't yield anything. And we're now seeing Paradox Cave from Apathy Duck. And there's the map check for Aussie. Here it is. There it is again, if you haven't seen it. 5-6 crystal, Turtle Rock, pendants on Meyer and Skull, green pendant on green pendant on Ice, sorry. And then Dragon token on Swap, and Ridley token on Thieves Town.
Duck is now sitting on comfortable Zora money. However, the question is, do we see him fake flipper for it? Of course, then you have your risk of losing your fake flipper, having to reset your hold. It's a process. It does cost you a lot of time. We could also see him just wait it out. That's one thing I fall victim to, is as soon as I see that 500 rupees, I'm trying to force myself into King Zora just to get it out of the way, as it's such an out there check.
It's not a bad play by any means. Not at all. Although I personally would want to wait for a Moon Pearl to show up, so that and if I don't have Dark World access by that point, that is, and then if I do, I could just grab I could go ahead and grab Waterfall Fairy in addition to Zora Money.
The Waterfall Fairy is it's in the Light World, is it not? Right before Zora?
Waterfall Fairy is in the Light World. Yeah, Waterfall is in the Light. Waterfall Fairy is in the Light World before Zora. Yeah,
I was just trying to think of like, why do we need Moon Pearl to do that? But I guess if you want to grab Catfish, I believe that's also up there.
So the reason why you need the Moon Pearl if you're doing fake flipper is that you could get a water walk state I don't ask me why that works. It just does.
I am a little less familiar with the more technical glitches in A Link to the Past, so that is definitely good to know. For as I'm still expanding my knowledge of this.
Yeah, you're lucky that you have someone that knows a bit more, like has done Link to the Past for like 3 years at this point. So,
Yeah,
I'm right here.
we will see Apple Duck. Yeah, we will see Apple Duck do his gauntlet. So we will see him grab his tempered sword, as well as I believe Glove was around here.
Yeah, I believe so. There's so yeah, there's the tempered sword for Appy the Duck coming from Terminator.
Aussie's gonna do his Paradox now. I don't believe we did get anything from Paradox previously. Yeah, just some life and missiles.
Yeah, there wasn't a whole lot in there when compared to Mini Bulldor. And honestly, he's going to go ahead and save quit. Not going to head back to Super Metroid. It's going to go ahead and head over to Saha Hut and Eastern.
I was gonna say, is this Eastern, a Bolus Eastern?
This is Bolus Eastern, yes.
Bolus, Fireless. This is I can respect the Sasha like closet check, but I feel like diving Eastern here is a little. I question it a little bit. You have your few checks, especially if you're comfortable with dark rooms. You can get it out of logic, but I feel like I would still be waiting for at least a lamp to go in here, especially a bow.
But I
thought, and oh, there's the bow. Perfect.
There you go. But yeah, I was gonna say though is that Aussie maybe running out of checks in this by this way. So coming here is probably your last thing. So we get Ice Rod and your bow, which now that you have actually something to use your silver arrows on that you got. And since we know that Ice Rod is going to be required for Turtle Rock, because it is a crystal, that's an important fight.
Yeah, again, looking at that Turtle Rock crystal, we also know that our Fire Rod is still sitting at the Desert Ledge. So we're really just a book away from, or Aussie specifically with his glove, is really just a book away from going and clearing desert, grabbing that Fire Rod, and then could even look at doing some, what's that place called? The place in the woods. Skull Woods, that's the one. And doing some...
We did say Gravity Suit, though, from Eastern.
Yeah.
I was gonna comment too. You can either do book or it's either book or mitts. You can mirror from Misery Bar area.
You can do that, yes. Oh, actually, I'm forgetting when I called for my Skull Woods. We don't have Moon Pearl yet.
Yeah, you still have a Moon Pearl out, which is fine.
Yeah. But yeah, you were right about running out of Link to the Past checks, so I imagine that Moon Pearl has to be popping up somewhere soon. Either that or maybe it's behind, like, Croc, once we get our Varia? Wouldn't it be a terrible place for it?
Now, we did get Gravity Suit, which means, I think that's Meridia?
That does give us... Yeah, will give us Meridia. Because I believe with SMZ3, they have desynced the two suits benefits so that you can't just grab... Because in vanilla, Gravity Suit does still apply the heat resistance. But at SMZ3, just to spice it up a little bit, they've desynced the suits, so you do not get your heat resistance from your Gravity Suit.
Yeah, and that's a neat little thing that the developers wanted to do with Link to the Past, or with this game in particular. Also, going through that dark room without any problems. That's not a particularly hard dark room, all things considered. We do the keeps. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say that we now know their big key is there, so we will not be needing light, will we?
Yeah, it came down. It was like there was. You would only know if the big key just didn't show up in the first three checks that you find, that it had to have been there.
Yeah, I guess it can't be locked behind itself. Yeah. There is still logic here, of course.
Yeah, and that's going to be a dark room, back of Easter dark room, which that's not a problem for us either. And also, it's not a very hard dark room if you just shoot an arrow and if it lands on the Igor, then you know where it is. You basically have figured it out. The more trickier part is to having to deal with the other Igor if you wake that up. That's just me though. Answer a question in chat. The bow was next to Eastern. It was in Saha's closet.
We now see Apathy grab his red mail. So now both teams are very, very late game equipped with red mail and tempered. We're just looking for those last dungeon items to really be able to do work in our Link to the Past side.
But Aussie did get through the Arbos Knights. That's a easy fight with silvers. It's like comically easy. And it will be the first crystal on the tracker, although we do know that it's just 2 crystals that we know of.
Yeah. Looks like Aussie's gonna go do his escape.
This is going to be our it could be an escape play, or although the mirror was, this is the front of escape play. Yeah, this makes. Yeah.
I believe we need a lamp to do Aghanim logically.
Yes, no matter what. Like even in Link to the Past by itself, like even Link to the Past by itself, because there's just not enough torch boxes to light up in Aga Tower.
With a fire rod.
Yeah, with a fire rod.
Yeah. Apathy Duck has finished up his Blue Burn Star clear when and found absolutely nothing up in Billy.
Yeah, but again, that Bombos might come into play sometime.
Yeah.
Either
if we can get the Turtle Rock check.
Yeah, it's either as a screen wipe or as a required medallion for Meyer or Turtle Rock. So yeah, looks like Apathy and Aussie are gonna retrace their steps now, but I guess we could start saying that if you like what you're seeing so far, give both Aussie and Apathy Duck a follow. They're putting on a show for us. We have Matt Ewok Herd on the tracking side, and then Azzy is my co-cob, and I'm Professor Renderer. Yeah.
It's nice to it's definitely nice to get a commentated SMZ3. I know I personally watch a lot of the VODs that go up on the YouTube channel, which you can subscribe to with Speed Gaming. Of course, all these VODs are always fun to watch. But I have noticed that some of the SMZ3s have commentated recently, so it's definitely nice to see the attention coming back over to SMZ3. It's such a fun experience.
Yeah, like as of the time of this race, when this gets recorded, the Link to the Past Randomizer tournament still going on, and it's getting past tie breaks. Like we're about to end. Tie breaks are about to end soon, and the main bracket's about to start up in just a bit. But I think at this point, if Aussie doesn't have anything else left to do, there is still stuff in Meridia that you can. Meridia's opened up completely, and you might want to go there next.
We have seen Apathy Duck check his Saha closet, has his Ice Rod and Bow, is now going to look for his full clear of Eastern. Yeah, as we see, Aussie does switch over to Super Metroid. Gonna climb directly up. Well, that's a cool, with the gravity suit. Turns our little Inkling blue. Yeah, it does look like he's gonna go for this Meridia play.
Yeah, it makes sense here. Leto was going to go ahead and, Apathy Duck is going to go and get the gravity suit. And yeah, I think, if I'm not mistaken, this might, I don't know if this is, I don't know if it's the Splatoon color. I don't know if this is like a Splatoon 2, main story character. I don't know.
I know it from Smash Bros. I never got into Splatoon. I know that's like the 8th alternate color in Smash. And
I'm trying to figure this one out myself, but there's Shield in mainstream missiles, and then I missed what it was on the next one over.
It doesn't seem like it's something that OC wants, so as he's just gonna start clearing out east side, looking to go towards, what is that? Like the pink area in Meridia. Does it have a specific name, or is it just Pink Meridia?
Just Pink Meridia. Yeah, that was just Bob's over on the Crab Supers, according to Lenifis. Oh, very soon.
Found our Varia. Yeah, now Croc is looking very nice to grab. I would probably stick around Meridia a little longer just because we do have Gravity and Grapple. Maybe go clear your Bot Swoon. Maybe go all the way to Dragon. But it's worthy to note that my Moon Pearl on Croc is still on the table.
It is also very possible that the Moon Pearl could be on Shack Tool, as funny as that is.
That's just mean. How, like, why would you wish that upon them?
Well, I mean, I mentioned it because of of something that happened when I first did Super Metroid commentary for SMZ3 commentary. I was the first one. My first one ever done. I was with Captain MD13, and literally the first thing to happen, like the first commentary session I've done, there was Moon Pearl and Shack Tool. It was funny. It was hard. It was hard mode. At the time, it was a Suitless Meridia that was required.
Ooh, Suitless Meridia in Shack Tool Moon Pearl. Oh God, that sounds miserable.
I was not expecting it because I knew I heard about it, and then it's like, oh, hello, welcome to commentary.
That must have been a first race. That would have been a fun first race. But
yeah, and there was a required hookshot on the pedestal, which was amazing.
Ooh, pedestal's another just brutal one. We grabs red boomerang.
Yeah, makes sense. It's able to be fair. It makes sense to me because, like, I like boomerangs are actually are surprisingly underrated, especially the red boomerang, because it's like you could do a lot of interesting things with the red, a lot of cool things with the red boomerang.
Now the question is, do we have any blue boomerang fanboys in chat? I know you guys exist. I know there are some people that live and die by the blue boomerang.
Apathy Duck gonna go ahead and fight Armos. This will be a very quick fight with the Silvers.
Osi's gonna go for his safety save. Likely gonna scum out some of the, like, those sand streams underneath Pink Meridia.
Yeah, that's what you particularly do in this spot. Just like that, you also check Bot Swoon here.
Yeah. He does not have Ice Beam, but do you need them for Metroids? What's his plan here? Just eat them and bomb them?
Oh, this is the clip for this the CF clip or whatever it's the Crystal Flash clip. That's what it is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there we go.
Is this logic?
I don't think it is.
If we're using normal logic, I don't.
No, it's not. It's not.
Yeah.
Our trackers confirmed that.
Yeah. But to be fair, with Boss Moon being such a quick kill, I could definitely see just grabbing it. As long as you can keep in track that your rewards are out of logic now. Don't let them decide your next play. I guess I did forget about that. Having no Ice Beam would have taken all of this out of logic.
Yeah, nothing here on Botswoon, and looks like it's gonna keep going with this out of logic play. Probably gonna see the other one and then maybe save scum. I don't know.
It's like with no speed booster, we are gonna likely go for a grapple beam kill on Dragon. He does have the energy tanks to do it. I believe all you need is 3.
Ooh, Quake Medallion.
Out of logic, so that may scare them away from going for any sort of Turtle Rock or Mire play.
So Dragon gonna go ahead. We're gonna go ahead and have a Dragon fight for Aussie, knowing that this will have the red of the red crystals. This only is a reason to do this. This is out of logic, like you mentioned, but yeah. Also, I like to bring up this trivia all the time whenever I'm on this. When like once in a blue moon when I do it, that spells out Keiko Love. It was written by one of the programmers at the time for his at the time girlfriend, and it's going to go for the grapple bean strat to immediately roast this shrimp.
I swore I remember it taking a lot more health than that, but maybe I'm just misremembering things. As we have seen, Apathy Duck did go through his Meridia and grabbed himself his Vario suit, as that's going to take him out of Meridia and go right into be doing some of the hot rooms over in Norfair. It's just missing his bomb jump, but he's able to recoup. He's got this.
Yeah, considering the fact that you got the Varia suit from Meridia, this is one reason to do it. Ooh, there's a cape.
Okay. Yeah, are we looking Spike?
Spike Cave without the Moon Pearl is impossible.
Oh yeah, no. For some reason in my mind I'm convinced we have Moon Pearl.
Yeah, we're still looking for that, but it will show up. It's gonna have to show up somewhere in Super Metroid. I bet.
Yeah. My money is still on this Croc. We're going through Bubble Mountain right now. We're looking towards Croc.
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta bet on Croc.
Yeah. No, if it's on Croc, everyone in chat deserves or we deserve a follow for that.
Yeah, that's the thing. You have to bet on Croc. You always have to bet on Croc.
Sometimes Croc, he's feeling really lonely. We've avoided him for a little over an hour now. He wants his friend to come down and say hi. He has a Moon Pearl waiting for us. It's gonna be our gift.
So Everything Duck will first head down to I believe this is Speed Booster.
Yes, this is Vanilla Speed Booster. And
Yes.
we're gonna find the Ice Beam. So now does that drag Apathy back into Meridia for Metroid Room? Because right now Logic's putting you in both directions. He can full dive Croc, or he can go back into Botswoon and Dragon. It points him in both directions. And it really is just showing off it's really showing off the true divergence between these two runners, as they have both opted pretty much at every point to take the opposite route as their opponent.
I think in this case you still head down to Croc because you're right. You're still doing stuff here. It wouldn't make sense to not leave it. There's our Moon Pearl.
Well, it was almost at Croc. It was almost there.
Close enough. That's the wave missiles. Oh, yeah. we got Screw Attack from over on Meridia side.
One of those Meridia mazes.
Yeah, Aussie. I think that was the right sandpit.
I believe that is right sand, yes. Yep, and now he's gonna go for his shack tool.
Yeah, you're looking for either like sub importance or in Ozzy's case the Moon Pearl, but we know that knowing that what we knew from Apathy, it's all the way relatively close to Croc, but not exactly Croc.
My money is on Space Jump on Shack Tool.
Space Jump would be funny. Like it's the next best the next funniest thing for Shack Tool.
Anything like hook shots or flippers, just not exactly required items, but mostly required items. When those are on Shack Tool, that's just the worst. Because you really just question, just like, was it worth grabbing them, or do I just use my heavily practiced strats to use without them?
Right, and it's also particularly, it's just long because you have to wait for Shack Tool to do its thing. It's a shield, so not needed. We'll
Even
save
with Spring Ball, it is safe. It is faster just to save and quit out.
Yeah. But
As we get to see say hi to our buddy Crocomire.
Yeah, just Croc is gonna do Croc things.
He's just gonna sit there, look pretty, take a quick bath.
Yeah, just take a nice little bath in the lava, just because. Yeah, we love Croc.
A little too much mud on his skin. Just wants to get a good scrub of that, show off his very shiny bones. Crocomire's very proud of his bones.
Yeah, like you don't. And yes, the screw attack was reset out, so Aussie will have to re-grab that, but that's not a big deal.
Yeah, it wasn't too far out.
Yeah, it was actually the left, or yeah, this is the right side pit. This is the right side pit. Not the left side. We just saw the left side pit just now. So far this Croc isn't really paying out much.
Well, we could say Croc didn't pay off, or we could say it paid off in our hearts. A day's always better when you get to say hi to Crocomire.
Yeah, if you say hi to Croc, you're pretty much you pretty much have fulfilled your quota for SMZ3 today for the day. So
yeah.
But we did find a bottle.
Yeah, is that our first bottle?
Yes.
Well, finally can go hear Sick Kid.
Yeah, we'll get an item from Sick Kid, and also we can fill up blue potions and stuff. And
yeah. Looking for our grapple beam, or a vanilla grapple beam check. We're gonna have to bomb jump up there though, as we don't have speed booster yet. Apathy Duck is taking his time to set it up. It is a difficult bomb jump to set up, but he's got it. There we go. It's all about finding your rhythm.
yeah, that's the thing about bomb jumps, is that even in all Super Metroid games, that bomb jump, even the bomb jumps is particularly tough because you have to get, for at least for me, because you have to get the timing down just right.
I imagine I could do it better if I had a SNES controller. I personally do it on a third-party controller.
Hey, Cancer Mario, that's nice.
It's definitely a nice item to have. Again, now we're really looking at some Turtle Rock plays. Because especially with Moon Pearl, we have Cane of Samaria. We have knowledge of both canes. Actually, do we know if Apathy Duck checked his desert ledge?
That was
check Agina early.
That was the Fire Rod, not the not Burna. As far as I'm aware, there is no burnout that we haven't seen so far.
All right.
And both of them have seen the desert ledge. I can't say that because after the went to Agina's first, and then Aussie went a little went later than that.
I remember getting my knowledge of Desert Ledge from Aussie. I do not remember Applidex checking it.
Yeah, I saw it earlier with Apathy Duck.
We now see Aussie making his way over towards Crocomire, doing his Bull Mountain checks. Unfortunately, outside of the warm embrace of Crocomire, he will be met with some disappointment, as there's just so much of health and rupees in that direction. Actually, wait, no, he will claim his Moon Pearl. His Moon Pearl is coming up.
Yeah, and that because this is before this will be before Croc. Of course, Aussie will also get the Ice Beam off of Vanilla Speed Booster. So yeah, Norfair ends up being the right call to make here, considering you have to get your Varia through the gravity suit, which you had gotten from Easter. A bit of a chain, but not too bad, all things considered. Aussie was doing a bit of farming here, and as Aptly Duck is going to go ahead and head into Ridley's lair.
Need to reconnect to the stream because it is wanting to lag for me. There we go. Now we got his Moon Pearl. Perfect time for me to reconnect. We see Apathy Duck diving into Lower Norfair.
Yep, this is the Lower Norfair, or as I would say, Ridley's domain, Ridley's lair thing. First try getting the door clip. I'm gonna go ahead and look at Golden Teresa and the Showcase Showdown.
What are we going to find?
Hook shot.
A hook shot. Definitely a nice item to pick up here. As we see, Ossie's not far behind. Is going to also be joining Apathy Duck inside of Lower Norfair.
Yeah, so that it's just and then just 50 rupees, just on the right. But that hookshot information is good to know. Even though at the moment Apathy Duck won't be able to get that because I don't think he's got the material. I don't think he's got space jump for that.
You know, he doesn't. He does not have space jump or high jump. I believe you can do it with high jump and a perfect wall jump.
I don't know, but Apathy Duck is going to go ahead and with that Moon Pearl, is going to go ahead to the Mire area through the portal at Lower Norfair.
It is definitely unfortunate that the one medallion we do not have information on is the medallion we need for Mire.
Speaking of space jump, here it is.
Yeah, I imagine he turns right back around.
You have to turn around in this case because that's your hook shot.
Yeah.
If not, then it's also then you're in the desert, that's what you're gonna do I guess it makes sense.
Yeah.
You're going to clear desert out first, then also grab the mire shed alongside it. Ether is required for mire.
Yeah, he has a couple checks to grab first before. Oh, shovel, the best item in the game.
Yeah, it's a fetch quest. So yeah, that's it looks like that's what Apathy is wanting to do. Is going to go ahead and grab the fire rod after getting access to Lower Norfair, and just and heading over that way.
Again, Aussie is just right on his tail. Now also coming in, seeing the Aether, he's gonna walk up and do the exact same mirror play to grab space jump.
Yeah, where the cross game portal is placed, that is your closest spot over in Checkerboard Cave, and we do need boots for that create token, I think.
Yes, I had to remind myself what is required there. Just some bombs, power bombs specifically, sitting in our back left side of desert. As I see you likely go right back into Super Metroid now that you've done your couple desert checks.
Yeah, that's that. Yeah, I was right. This is the crate token because we got the Fantoon token from Fantoon, and we know that's Dragon and Ridley tokens are in Dark World.
Yeah, I believe they're Thieves Town and Pod.
Thieves Town and Swamp.
Swamp.
So he's going to go ahead and grab that fire rod as well. So
he did not. Apathy did not turn back to grab his hook shot. Going a long way around for it, maybe.
It might be might just want to head over to Ridley just so I can get the prize out of the way. Or I think that's what you're doing. What Apathy's doing?
No, he's just gonna go the long way around down with Golden Chorizo to grab his hook shot. You know what? He didn't pick up Screw Attack, so maybe he couldn't have broken the floor to get into hook shot.
That might have been what it was.
Yeah, he wouldn't have been able to come from behind without Screw Attack.
Right. Yeah, because considering
yeah, we got it.
Yeah, and considering the fact that Aussie is the only one who has the Screw Attack and not Apathy Duck, because Aussie had stayed in Meridia longer than Apathy Duck, you have to go the long way in this case.
Yeah. Apathy Duck did choose to just grab Varia and leave Meridia, but especially after finding that ice beam in Norfair, I think he should be going back to Meridia relatively soon.
Yeah, so right now, Apathy returns to Link to the Past. So we're going to go ahead and I believe this is going to be for a flute activation on Apathy Duck's side. That, and also going over to Thieves Town for the Ridley token.
He has flute, he has Sick Kid, and then he has, I believe he can full clear Thieves Town.
Well, this is full clear east of Thieves Town, correct?
Yeah. It was a very late bottle, so it is a very late Sick Kid check.
Aussie also taking the long way over to that hook shot. I mean, you could have still screw attack that, can't you? I'm pretty sure if what you said was true.
I could be wrong, and if I'm wrong, I will openly admit that. However, I do believe you can screw attack from the bottom there.
I'd imagine so. if
Because
Dread can
you
do it,
pick-
then why can't Super Metroid?
Yeah, I'll say because you pick up Screw Attack right around the corner there.
Right, right. I will mention though that Abby did find Charge Beam.
It's a nice thing to have.
Yeah, we did. That is actually all the beams that we know of. The plasma beam was in Rex ship, but both players opted to not grab it.
I know Metroid games are very inconsistent with how strong their charge beams are. I believe Super Metroid is one of the games where it's good.
I wouldn't. I've been meaning to play Dread, and I've been meaning to play Super Metroid. I don't really. I'm not really that astute on what is the better of the.
I have just completed my 100% of Dread a few weeks ago.
Oh, and actually, our tracker did point out that you actually they couldn't get it out of the way because they needed speed booster for it.
Oh, okay. I just finished my 100% of Dread. I know in that game, Charge Beam is good. And I believe in Super Metroid it's good. I believe it's the GBA games where Charge Beam is useless.
And that would have been Fusion/Zero mission.
Yeah. We have our SMZ3 and our M1Z1. I'm waiting for a Minish Cap and one of the GBA games, personally.
Oh, that would be. I don't know how you'd fit like both, like have to be able to swap two GBA games on the fly, like just. Because I know with SMZ3, the way that works is that there's both games occupy the same like slot, same slot in memory. They using a bit of trickery that both games could coincide with each other.
The GBA one would 100% have to be forced through a mod and an emulator.
Right, yeah, because I think Z1 and M1 is a mod and that uses, I believe, Lua.
Yeah, I know that one's a Lua.
Yeah, I thought so. But anyway, Ridley fight for Aussie.
And the pod dive from Apathy. Very two different angles. Ridley is about to fall. Because I do not believe we found anything in our pod dive quite yet.
No, as far as I'm aware, but there goes Ridley for Aussie, and that will be the crystal for Aussie. That was crystal number 1.
Odd. It is the best of the crystals. It is number 1.
And we got our gold sword.
Butter.
The one sword that I unrelated, but like I still particularly like that little image that's someone made that was I think it was like during one of the GDQs where Andy had an actual like stick of butter for like a sword that was a literal butter sword. It's such a good image. I have to dig it up somewhere, but it's such a good image.
Yeah, I have to dig that up. I'll have to ask him tomorrow during a stream. I personally am an avid Andy watcher and subscriber. I love the guy. One of the just nicest people. Just period.
He did make it through into the brackets for the Link to the Past main tournament. So ended up with a flawless record, no less. For us, I know Andy is currently seeking to try and get the next first round win, because he hasn't. Because I remember he hasn't gotten a first round bracket win in quite a while.
Yeah. I remember, it's actually a funny story, how I discovered about speed gaming and everything was a race between Andy and Aussie.
Well, what do you know?
Yeah, I was gonna say, so we all come full circle.
Anyway, Apathy Duck is going to fight Helmus Arcane.
I have definitely been paying more attention on the left side of the screen, so I don't know if we have a guaranteed item on Helmosaur. I honestly don't know what we have found here. It doesn't look like, just from paying attention to the tracker, it does not look like we have found anything too drastic here in Pod.
Apathy Duck. Up, you can go.
I was gonna say, Apathy Duck's just grabbing a piece of heart there, and Aussie's choosing to avoid heart in your lower Norfair maze. It looks like he's going to be heading north into the northern Norfair area back to Bubble Mountain.
Yeah, Apathy Duck had went for the clear immediately because the key layout light up in such a way where you could get to the back of head to Helmus Arcane right away, but still will have to get through into the back as well. So yeah, that's why the Apathy Duck is going back in.
Still no lantern though, so is this logical?
No,
because I know he will be entering some dark rooms here.
No, it's not. It's not in logic.
Where will that lantern turn up then? Well,
I will say that that the lamp will not show up in like it will not show up within like the dark rooms. That I know.
Yeah, that takes it out of logic. Yeah, I have seen some logicless seeds where they will find your lamps in dark rooms, and it's always funny to hear the reactions of them.
Okay, so Apathy Duck's gonna go through the dark maze. This one's a bit tricky if you don't know the layout of the maze. But Apathy Duck and Aussie knows this. They've been playing for a while.
Yeah, we get to say hi to Crocmeyer again. What a good boy he is. Just gonna take his quick little nap, rest his head on those rocks. We'll let him sleep. We'll let him sleep soundly. We don't need to disturb him any longer.
Yeah, just Croc needs a nap because it just wants to. It needs to be nice and peaceful, just with just the bones after just taking that nice hot tub bath thing. I don't even know where I'm going.
Going to save him quick out of Pod after just grabbing 100 rupees. He was able to use mix of fire rod and bombs just to keep his navigation. It did seem he got caught up around that left side, however, but he's able to make a clean recovery, as a lot of our top level players do. It looks like he's going to come over to choose the Swamp Palace checks now, as he does have Hookshot. Hookshot and Hammer is not all he needs.
Aussie with a space jump in hand will grab the King of Samaria from off of Croc. So again, which means that Croc did end up being important. It's just for the record.
Yeah. We had our Hype Cave.
Mitts.
Titan's Glow. Titan's Mitt.
Okay.
Our flippers.
That's
telling me full swamp.
Yeah, swamp, and you have swamp open. You have green pitted ice open, which is not pleasant. But that is actually, I will say that's a good hype cave. Considering you have mitts, which was required in the flippers, which is also required because we do have the Dragon token here.
I'm personally saying with grabbing mitts and flippers there, I'm clearing swamp, then I'm doing all of my northern Zora checks of like catfish, did we fake flipper for our hobo?
No.
No, so we have hobo, we have our King Zora, our Catfish, our well, not our well, sorry, our Waterfall. And that can all lead into... We can't full clear Hera now, actually, without Lamp. You know, so I would probably move there, and then for Apleduct, then depending on what's up there, we still need to do our Meridia.
I will actually, I will correct you on the fact that you could still, well, the Fire Rod is a legal thing for Hera, because it just requires fire. That's all it is.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if that was one of the ones where you just needed a lamp.
No, it's typically it's any dark room like that, and I mean any dark room. If it's a torch box that isn't that is within light, then it's within logic for either fire rod or lamp.
All right. Then that would be my load. Zora's or just all our flipper checks into Hera. We seem to have some. Oh, no, this is on my end. Never mind. I was we seem to be having some bugging on Aussie's screen, but that's my screen freezing.
Yeah, I heard you. I heard a bit of glitching on my end, but we did find boots in Skullwoods. Aussie chose to go to Skull instead of heading to Swamp. Head into Hype Cave as well.
I believe he can full clear Skull Woods. Of course, you can get to your Moth regardless of Big Key or not. What was the reward here? Is it a crystal?
This is a pendant.
It's a pendant. Well, this is an interesting one to go for pendant Skull Woods, as we gotta go for a hover, but those Moldorms really don't support glitches here.
Yeah, like that's a hover that it's doable, but it really relies on Moldorms not being jerks with their RNG.
Which, they're Moldorms. What do we expect?
There's our lamp.
There's our lamp in some swamp checks.
Yeah, this was all. This is this is the swamp that was going to be for the Dragon token. The Dragon token. So, yeah, we have to go through here anyway.
Finally getting a lumberjack check. Almost 2 hours in. It's just a part container. No real worries there.
Yeah, so no need to kill Aga for any particular item.
Or Dark World access. I highly doubt we will see Aghanim unless we're really hurting for items.
That's even then even if you with the fact that you already have Hammer, Glove, Moon Pearl, Dark World access, you're not gonna kill Aga at that point. It wouldn't really make sense because you already have Dark World access, and you're only doing it just to give yourself just a bit of a disadvantage.
There's our swamp clear. Are we looking for a graveyard ledge here on the side of Aussie?
Yeah, this is a graveyard ledge check. You're doing this along in the area, which that would maybe make sense.
Setting up his mirror for his exit. Right now we really are just looking for just our overworld checks while we have the time to do it. Because sure, Aussie has some dungeons he can dive into, but it's better to get these out of the way now than be questioning after you have all your dungeons done and all you're looking for is just that speed burster or those boots. Because I don't believe he's picked up his boots yet.
No, Everything has not gotten the boost because he has not went over to Skullwoods yet. Pendant Skullwoods, for that matter, and that is required for. That is required, and that's for the Kraid token. So, yeah, Abdi is gonna head over to left side swamp next. Although that Stalfos is giving Abdi a little grief.
Ozzy's now doing his Thieves Town checks and just the surrounding area. Grabbed another energy tank. We haven't actually seen very many energy tanks this seed. Definitely Samus will be taking a little bit of some damage. Let's say just start popping up out of nowhere. Chess game, money and missiles. Not a very fun game.
Yeah, the second item is really what really is important, but in that case, because the money, like the first part is random, like what you get, and then the second part is guaranteed to have the item because that's how the randomizer works. But just that making sure you don't have to keep playing RNG for the sake of just finding nothing because that's one of the more annoying parts of 100% speed runs. That RNG luck on the on both dig game and chess game.
Dig game did remind me we do have dig game to check. We also have vanilla flute as we have picked up the shovel.
Yeah, the flute spot's open. Ossie's only heading into Thieves Town for the Ridley token, and this is so that and then after that's done, this will be a play for the dig game.
Yeah, I really can't see him doing anything outside of dig game here. It's so close. It's what has to happen. As we see, Apathy Duck is clearing up some more east side Dark Death Mountain, I believe. No, it's just normal Death Mountain. I believe we do have stuff like Super Bunny Cave on the table.
Yeah,
but no, he's gonna go for the Turtle Rock check.
Yeah, this will lead into Dark Death Mountain checks. That's kind of like typically you wanted to do the Death Mountain checks from the top when you have access to it, because you'll get to check from there. It is Quake required for Turtle Rock, so vanilla pendants, joy, or vanilla medallions, joy, and we know where the Quake was.
Yes, we do see that Aussie has Quake, but I'm trying to remember in my mind where was it. I believe it was in Super Metroid.
Looking through.
My mind's telling me it was in. Sorry, where was it?
I'm looking through right now.
Oh yeah, we did find Book in Hookshot Cave, however.
Precious missiles.
Desert is looking. Okay, yeah. Desert is looking a little more enticing now that we found a vanilla book. Not vanilla book, sorry, in Logic book.
And there's our Berna.
So Apathy Duck can really go wherever he wants now. As soon as he finds that Quake, he has the majority of dungeons open to him. Of course, he still needs to find Aether for Misery Mire, which was that green pendant?
What's it?
Was Mire green pendant?
That's regular pendant.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but Ice is the green pendant.
Ice is the green pendant, alright. We get to see our blind fight coming up. Of course, with Red Mail and a Butter Sword, this is going to be the easiest fight of OC's career.
Yeah, this is all script. It's 9 hits. It's of any damaging weapon. It doesn't matter what. As long as you know the script, you can get through this without any problem.
Yeah. Now that he has picked up his lamp, he is Apathy Duck is now going to full clear out his Hera.
Yeah, and he could still Apathy could have gotten it through the fire rod anyway. So this is pretty much double double confirming that you can get into Hera. It just simply didn't have a way to. I think I would say the reason why Apathy hadn't went to Hera in a while is because there's simply wasn't an easy way to route that in. So of all the stuff that Apathy had to do.
Without knowing how to do that, your cane glitch there to get on your blue blocks. So that is like tile room is like one of my least favorite rooms in just the game in general.
Yeah, it's slow, and that's the reason why it's called the coffee break anyway. Like, just because it's slow enough so that you could just like get some coffee or whatever.
We did just get Aether off of our library. Of course, Aussie did grab his boots earlier from Skull Woods. Now he gets to do his dig game.
Apathy Duck opted to do a Hera pot. I was actually curious why, but then I realized, oh yeah, wait, there's big chest. Probably want to grab that anyway. And there's both items.
Yep, that is all items. Now we're just looking for this crystal off of Moldorm. And then it's back to the overworld. Where do they go next?
Desert Palace is now, I mentioned it before, Desert Palace is open for the crate token. So that's a thing. There's high jump boots from the shovel.
Yeah.
That's a nice little thing to have.
Just some quality of life, yeah. Now, Aussie still has his pod. He still has, in theory, Ice Palace if he wants to grab Green Pendant. He has his Hype Cave.
Yeah, Hype Cave hasn't been routed in for Aussie in a while, so this will give him the mitts and the flippers.
In his case, I think it's still a similar thing from what I was saying about Apathy Duck, where I think he goes Swamp, and then I would make use of those flippers. We now are seeing our Spike Cave done on Apathy Duck. Comfortable Hearts doesn't need to use his cape. Or blue. Do they believe he has Blue Cane?
Yeah, Blue Cane also works.
Yeah.
It's faster with the Blue Kings. You don't have that bit of wind down time when you deactivate the cape.
Yeah. Only found a lot of nothing at the end of it, however.
Chat's asking if that's go mode. With pod being clearable and swamp being open, Quake was already found from Aussie. Yeah, I think that's go mode actually.
Trying to think of what's stopping him from go mode, but charge or speed aren't required, as he does have all 4 boss tokens from Metroid.
Although that's there's still Crate still has to be Aussie needs to be picked up from needs to pick up Austin needs to pick up the Crate medallion from the Crate token from Desert. So it's not actually like for completion still needs that, but as our tracker doesn't have Crate SM Super Metroid tokens yet, we've been to get an update.
What I more meant. What I more meant is we don't really have a real reason to be diving. Yeah, we don't really have a reason to go back to Super Metroid outside of just some checks.
Right. You stay in Link to the Past. You have to.
Yeah, there's literally nothing for you to do in Metroid now.
Yeah.
Other than kill Mother Brain.
For Apathy Duck's sake, though, he would have to go back into Super Metroid to grab Precious Mist to go over to Precious Missiles for that Quake.
Yeah, he's gonna need Quake for his Turtle Rock, and he also still needs to kill Dragon and just do his entire um Meridia.
Yeah, because the early dive out of Meridia is actually it's actually negatively impacting Apathy Talk, because that there isn't a crystal on there hasn't the crystals haven't the crystals he's actually behind the crystals by that notion.
He's gonna get his full clear and grab his Thieves Town, I believe was the Ridley token here. But other than like he's still hurting in terms of he hasn't touched Skull Woods yet, so he doesn't have his boots, so he's not grabbing his Aether from library. But he already has his Fire Rod. He doesn't have any items left to grab to really draw him to Skull Woods outside of his own just decision making.
Asa gets Argus done, and that will be the Dragon. That'll be the Dragon token.
Likely, yeah, he's gonna grab his flute. I am imagining desert. No.
Pod is faster in this case, and considering the key layout, this will actually line up perfectly for Aussie. There's no reason to clear it just yet. Even though yes,
Yeah.
even though yes, I think because of the fact that the lower, because I think Aussie would want to clear desert last, so that he's directly in Super Metroid, because that will take him to the lower Norfair portal. Actually, no, it doesn't make any sense because Turtle Rock is Turtle Rock. Never mind.
It just comes down to which game does he want to finish first? Does he want to end the game on Ganon or end the game on Mother Brain? Because I personally would want to try and get my Mother Brain done as soon as possible. I would probably go desert, grab my Kraid token, go straight, kill Mother Brain, and then be done with Super Metroid. That way you can just, especially with, I believe Aussie is a more comfortable Link to the Past player. If memory serves correctly, this is where he puts more of his time. He'd be able to then just move on and just finish out in a comfortable position of just clearing some Link to the Past dungeons into his Ganon fight.
For what I know, both games he's good on, because I know he also does some Super Metroid rando stuff as well. So that's yeah, I think that checks out in my mind. So Aussie gonna go ahead and go and head to the back of head to the back of the pod. Even though this is for looking for the big key, it's not gonna be here. But Apathy Duck will get the Ridley token from Thieves Town. Answer your question in chat. Yes, there was actually 3 of them, because we had a 5/6 crystal on Dragon, and then Kraid and Ridley have regular crystals.
We are watching both players just repeat each other's footsteps now, as we see Apathy Duck is now doing his what is this area? Because Thieves Town's the dungeon. Is this Dark Cack? What's this area?
This is Village of Outcasts.
Village of Outcasts, okay. Because I was thinking, I know a lot about Link Between Worlds, and I was thinking, trying to remember the names, the differences.
Yeah, in Link to the Past, it's called Village of Outcasts. I don't know anything about Link Between Worlds. I never owned the game. But yeah, as far as Aussie is concerned, he needs to go and he does now though know that the bat didn't have the key, the big key, so it's gonna go ahead to the front now, and that will you have to grab this key here anyway because you used up all your keys. And there can't really, and the big key wouldn't. And as we know, the big key wouldn't show up there because in that case that would have been for Aussie that could have, but there really wasn't a way for him to get over to the big key chest, so you had to grab the Stalfos basement key by logic, or not by logic, but just like the fact that how the key logic ends up winding up if you use them, because key logic expects you to use up all the keys in the worst possible ways.
Apathy Duck is grabbing Blacksmith and then doing his pegs. I imagine we turn him in, we grab Lunchbox, we deliver Lunchbox, and then go Desert? I imagine that's going through his mind?
I think so, because he would have to head over to Meridia eventually. And the only way we know that there's the only Meridia spots that the cross-game portal for Meridia is all the way on the far bottom right of the map of the Dark World map.
Yeah, it is very far.
So, in this case, that's would lead to like Lower Norfair.
But yeah, he is gonna grab Lunchbox.
Yeah, and it's for every duck it makes that's the more logical, because you're doing the spit shade here, and that's the one. It's more dense off because you have mitts. There's a lot of stuff you can do.
It's our second Helmosaur fight, as Ozzy is doing that now. Missiles from Stumpy. High jump from Flute, all things we've seen Aussie do already. As Helmosaur does go down, I believe that is his 5th crystal.
Aussie did knock down King Helmasaur, and that gave him the crystal.
Is he heading for Turtle Rock now?
Yes, because I think the reasoning is that you want to get the 7 crystals out of the way. Right, yeah, okay, yeah, this makes sense. You get the 7 crystals out of the way, and then you go GT. And then you finish up Desert, and then for the Cray token, and then you go back into and then you save quit out to Super Metroid to go to Turian.
Yeah, that's because you're gonna respawn at your gunship.
Yes,
Definitely, yeah. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, that's actually it's something I didn't really think about when I was kind of piecing together the routes in my mind.
Duck has gone for 2 out of the 3 of those medallion podiums now. Neither one has paid off for him, unfortunately, as we do now get to see our Quake play for Turtle Rock. Where is Apathy Duck going? What is he doing? He doesn't have Aether, he can't get into Misery Mire. Is he going back to Lower Norfair?
This is a Lower Norfair play.
What does he have left to grab there? Has he not killed Ridley yet, actually?
Oh, I know. So he's gonna go back to Meridia, or not Meridia. That's the Lower Norfair. Never mind.
Yeah. I didn't realize he hasn't killed Ridley yet.
No, yeah, really, yeah. Everybody hadn't killed really. Yeah, for Odyssey said Odyssey's routing, like, this is pretty much cut and dry. We know where he's going. He even reserved a spot for Hero, so he actually even found a way to make Hero his last dungeon. So what he'll do after clearing out Turtle Rock is he's gonna mirror in front of GT, and then we'll clear out Moldor. Yeah.
Yeah, walk into Hera, come right back out, right into GT. Take out your Aga 2.
Yeah, of course, and of course go and get the your guessing game out of the way too.
Oh yes, of course. I'm feeling 9.
Well, I'll explain it once we actually get up to. I would say probably I'll start it early because after finishing up Turtle Rock, because I'll give it plenty of time.
Yeah.
Because
it's gonna happen so quickly with Aussie's talent.
Yeah, because in this case, Moldorm, it's just gonna be fast in general. Because Moldorm, you hero pot, and then you head over to Moldorm, and since it's gold sword Moldorm, you just do 2 slashes, and that's it. You're done.
Yeah.
So yeah, well, Everything Duck's gonna head over to fight Ridley for the crystal. Aussie's gonna go ahead and grab the key. Although, since the key, I think, judging by the fact that the key lab regarding Turtle Rock has to open it up anyway because the big key's here.
There we go.
So you can't steal the key this time around.
Fighting those elite space pirates.
Yeah, that's a hallway that exists.
Yeah, it's kind of just an inconvenience. Here comes the Ridley fight. Now, after this Ridley play, what is Applevek's next move after this? He needs to go to Meridia, right? Because he needs his Dragon token. He has the Ice Beam to take out the Metroid room.
Yeah,
I don't believe...
You go. I'll let you finish.
Yeah, I was gonna say, he has nothing really stopping him from taking on Botswoon. Of course, the play by Aussie earlier with the Crystal Flash clip, it didn't pay off at the time, but now is creating just such a huge rift as we have nothing in Meridia from Apathy Duck. He still has probably 4 to 6 minutes in there.
Oh, of course, since that small key always has to be in the last one. It has to be the last one. Easy one. With that being said, Aussie is going to go ahead and fight Trinix. Going to go for the zero cycle strat. A little slow looks like, so not going to be able to get that. Getting the zero cycle Tridex is very time dependent, and then also you have to be particularly quick. So, yeah, I've done it before. It's very tight. It is you have to be really quick.
Even if he was a little slow on it, it still was an impressive fight. Nice and quick.
Yeah, with Gold Sword, it just melts Trinex, like, straight up.
There's nothing really other than blind that Butter Sword won't completely melt away.
Well, yeah, because of the way the blind works, where it's just 9 hits on any damaging weapon. But anyway, so I mentioned before that I was going to start the GT game early, because all he really needs to do is clear out Hera. So I will say that there's 21 chests a single torch to make up a total of 22 possible locations. You know, simple math and all that. 21 plus 1. And one of them will have the big key. So from 1 to 22, get your guesses in chat where you think the big key might be. And if you are the first one to be exact or are closer to the first one to be exact or are closest to, if you get exactly or if you're the first one to be closest to the number, then cool, good on you.
Yeah, you get yourself a pat on the back and maybe even a lunch with Crocomire.
Crack needs some friends.
Yeah. What are we here at Speed Gaming if not Crocomire's friends?
Yeah, like just there, all lonely, just waiting in the bottom of waiting in Norfair. Needs someone to say hi to. That's probably a bounty hunter.
Someone to help him reach those. Yeah. Someone to reach those hard to reach spots on his back. He got all that mud stuck up there.
Yeah. He definitely needs some. Definitely needs the needs the love. But anyway, I'll amplify the guesses even further as we're now just gonna see that yes, by placing that mirror portal in that spot, ta-da, crystal cutscene. More guesses. Lock in 11 or 12. 12. All right, guesses are closed now.
12s are some.
Good.
11 and 12s are safe guesses. I'm gonna stick with my 8.
Okay. So number 1 is our big key. Okay, cool.
there we. Okay, cool. Why bother checking the other chest?
That's like the best. That's like the best thing you can possibly get, really.
Yeah, that's saving a lot of time. Just absolute unreasonable amounts of time.
I didn't even see what the second chest was. And then no
a
remorse.
E-tank.
Yeah. Okay, it was an E-tank. All right. So, the first one to be closest to it, it was our tracker Maddie Lockhart, like S2.
We're finally seeing those Zora checks that I've been talking about on the side of Athleduck. He's getting himself half magic and another bottle, but he needed to go to Skull Woods. The Skull Woods avoidance is what really cost him here, I believe.
And not only just like it's more than also that too. There's also the skull. The skull thing is like not going to boots is one thing. There's also the fact that he hasn't went over to Precious Missiles, and I forget where Precious Missiles even is. Because you need Quake from Precious Missiles.
Right, I did get my medallions flipped. I got my medallions flipped. That is definitely more important. Precious Missiles, I believe, is Norfair.
Okay, so yeah, you would be in the area if you went over to So in this case, the route I would see in this case if after he goes over to get the boots from Skull Woods, you go into desert to get the Kraid token, and then you head back into Norfair. That's kind of how you playing out. And it looks like even with the choice to go and check the hobo, this is going to be a Green Penance Ice Palace dip, and yeah, this is only pushing everything further and further away from that those Skull Woods to get back over to get back and get that Quake.
It is definitely unfortunate. Quake is what decided this.
Yeah. Well. Oh yeah. Oh right. Precious is behind Dragon. It's where It's right before Dragon. That's right. That's right.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That checks out. That checks out.
So that does explain the whole avoidance Meridia and the Crystal Flash clip we saw earlier from Aussie.
Yeah, this was a move that Aussie wanted to do, and it paid out. And Apathy the Duck just simply did not want to do it. It just wanted to stay in logic. So by Apathy staying in logic, he's only going further and further away from where he needs to go to. So yeah, right now Aussie's pretty much in the driver's seat. Gonna go ahead and he doesn't even need to grab all these 4 chests. We're not even gonna see Moldorm 2. We're just gonna go. We have silvers Red Wheel, Gold Sword, couple Hearts Sword name, no half magic, but like no, it doesn't matter. Oh wait. Oh yep. I know what's going on.
Is he gonna kill?
I know what's going on. Aussie's gonna do the Moldorm bounce.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can see it. Just trying to get the right positioning.
Yeah, this is
buffering.
Slack buffering, trying to get the right bomb position. Although Moldorm was not in the right spot for it, so it's gonna have to try again. Yeah, but this is RNG dependent. The Moldorm bounce, because you have to rely on Moldorm's erratic RNG. Yeah, knowing Aussie, this doesn't surprise me. He was basically the one that just made Moldorm bounce a thing, even though there is an alternative method. Although, yeah, once again, Moldorm just not wanting to cooperate with Aussie. It's not like he can't. He has to have hookshot, so he doesn't. This doesn't like he's only doing it just to show off. And yeah, he's just gonna go ahead and clear it out, or not. Moldorm, please. Yeah, he switched to the hook shot. He gives up. He's basically giving up on the Moldorm bounce. So what he was trying to do was that he was trying to position Moldorm. If Moldorm was in the right spot, he could place a bomb down and have the bomb explosion and the hit of the of Moldorm push him far enough to hit the Moldorm 2 chest platform, so that he doesn't have to avoid. Doesn't even need to do Moldorm 2. It's basically the other form of skipping Moldorm 2. That's not hovering.
We get to see our Aga 2 fight now. Finally get to see Aghanim.
Yeah, Aga 2. This is pretty straightforward. Although it's also really annoying because given the way that because if one pattern could pretty much one pattern can just like really ruin your day just because the patterns are it's like they could be really good or they could be really bad. I've seen both sides of that spectrum.
It's time for our Ganon fight. Just for curiosity, what's in our Big G? It's Ice Palace isn't giving us anything. Of course, we already know that, but Apathy Duck is just fishing for something. He's really looking for, probably just Quake. It's an unfortunate situation because logic does support him doing this. Like, in his mind, this is a good play, and it's not a bad play. It's just, unfortunately, wasn't the correct one for the seed.
we've all been there. Like I've seen races like this where it's like, yeah, you're looking for this one thing, and it's really painful when you're just like seeing the other runner just getting just not finding what you need. Like it's as the old adage goes, rando is going to rando. So we know it's like this is like it hurts.
Yeah. Where to now? We see flutes coming out. Where does he want to take it? It's back to his own house. Gonna go say hi to Ma Pa.
Triple setup coming up for well, this would have been a triple setup, but that's the double for Aussie. That's so get a single G out in the chat, just one G, not two G's, for Aussie. So needs to now has to head up to Desert Palace to get that grade token, and we're up to the races. Yeah, like it's funny because like me seeing SMZ3 before this update, I was like, oh wait, we're gonna save quit now, head over to Above the Brain. Oh wait, now we have tokens, and now we're gonna have to go over to to Desert Palace first.
Yeah, we see Desert Palace, and shouldn't be too long until we get to our next real exciting event, which doesn't go for Baby Metroid Skip. That's really the next notable event.
I don't know. Like, if Aussie really wants to do it for swag points, go ahead. That'd be cool. I could see why you probably wouldn't want to do it. Just once finished out as soon as possible. TBH.
We see that. We see he went for the style points with his Moldor bounce. It could be that he knows, or he's confident, especially with his Meridia play, that he might be ahead. Of course, I can't think of many players who would confidently go for Crystal Flash.
And keep in mind too that Aussie is just only, and Aussie and Empathy are only like two players in this one race. Like there's more racers in the behind the scenes, and I'll reveal the results of the race through once Aussie finishes off Super Metroid to complete the entire game. How the total of not, in addition to the two Aussie and Apathy Duck, we actually have a total of eight runners racing alongside them. There's racing alongside them, and now Apathy Duck has looks like he had narrowed it down. This is Disco Woods, and might be once he sees those boots, he may have just realized what just happened, and might feel a little bad about it.
There's the boots, and I like to say that little pause he had in his step was him just face bombing.
I don't know. Who knows? Like, who knows what's goes on behind behind the gameplay? It doesn't feel good at all. It's not It's and I've been there before. Like you find something and it's like so far out. It's just it hurts. It hurts so much. But Aussie.
Worst one I've had is I've been an hour and a half into a seed and just couldn't get my Varia. I couldn't find it.
Yeah, it's rough. I can totally understand. And looks like Avenue Duck's gonna give us a pedestal check. It's just Harkitator. We knew this wasn't. We knew this probably wasn't gonna give us anything. If it did get something, it probably would have been for logical purposes. But yeah, we've all been there. I've been there. A lot of racers have been there. It hurts. But with all four Super Metroid tokens collected, we are now heading down to Turian. And thus, Aussie now take. Yep, Aussie now takes the. Now taking the elevator to Turian. And this will. We will be.
2 out. 2 in.
You can finish it. You can finish it.
That would be brutal. We see Appleseed Duck going to check his lumberjack. That would have been brutal if he went to his lumberjack and seen something like Quake.
Yeah, it would have been brutal in that case, and yeah, it's really hard to comment because like when you're in this situation where Apathy is one item away from completing Link to the Past, but it just simply can't. But just simply can't because you still have like that one thing.
He can check every place in Link to the Past he wants. He's not going to find it until he finds his way back into Meridia. Judging
by what Aussie's doing to intentionally getting himself hit, this is looking to be doesn't. I don't think he's as. Oh, he is going to go for it. Okay.
Oh no, he's going to do for it. He's going to go for it.
Okay, I wasn't sure if he was wanting to go and do the skip here.
It's a pretty easy trick to do. In all honesty.
Nice.
He does pull it off beautifully though.
And
it's like we just taking the damage for style points.
All right. So, Aussie getting ready for Zeb skip. Nice.
I need to learn how to do that. That's something on my bucket list for Super Metroid.
If I get my hands on, if I want to get my feet wet in Super Metroid SMZ3, I have to learn that myself. I simply would want to do something that if I could do a final boss glitch, like if people could do torch glitch, I could also. If I could do it, it's like a pretty easy trick out of the way. I need to do step skip. That's like a pretty simple thing to do. It looks like. But the one thing that might be ill.
I've never personally partaken in a SMZ piece, but I've done a couple seeds just on my own for fun. But that's just one of those just quality of life little optimizations that you really need to do to compete with a lot of the top runners that we see today, such as Aussie and Apathy Duck. Yeah, it's nice to have in the back pocket and just to pull up during the race.
Now, I don't know if Aussie wants to bother with. Okay, it looks like Aussie just wants to go and just not play around with any stand-up glitch shenanigans. Just want to play it out normally.
Oh no! What happened? He was looking so good. He was doing so good, and now he's dead.
You know, I find it funny with this Inkling sprite. I just like how the squid form, it just face first on the ground and just swimming around. It just looks so. It's I don't know. It just
water.
I don't know. Like, or shall
squid out of ink.
Yeah, because this is an Inkling we're talking about.
Yeah, maybe we want to stay out of the water as much as we can.
Yeah, because that's basically a pit in Splatoon.
Maybe that's what makes Inkling the perfect friend for Crocomires. They can swim in the acid with him.
Maybe. And it's funny because for my SMZ3 that I rolled, my Super Metroid is an Among Us crewmate because, haha, funny. And plus, it was just I saw the Twitter video was just was too good. It was just, I don't know why, it was just funny. Hyper Beam coming up for Aussie.
Yep, start doing his attendant mire. It's definitely not looking good now.
Yeah. The old adage goes, rando's gonna rando, and it doesn't feel
Rando
good.
goes.
It's yeah. Anyway, Aussie knocks down Mother Brain. He's gonna go ahead and start escaping Planet Zebes.
Is he thinking it could be Pedestal Quake? Is that what's going through his mind?
He checked the pedestal. It was just a heart container. He had checked it earlier.
I personally just can't really understand the train of thought of why we go Mire here.
It's hard.
Oh, okay.
It's really hard. It's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to say. Like it. In this case, like, and I get it. Like, it just has a lot of stuff to do. It's just that this is just simply not the right move. You have to go back into Super Metroid because there's so much Link to the Past stuff. You want to clear that out. You probably are just wanting to stay out of Super Metroid as long as you can, before you have to actually go back in for what you were missing this entire time. Worst case scenario is that Apathy had mismarked precious missiles, and that's never a good sign because like if you have mismarked it, then you're like that feels even worse. But anyway, get your GGs in the chats for Aussie. He will be completing this. He will be completing this out. We'll get the official race time for you because I just closed out the race room.
Yeah. Right now, at least for him, his timer was a 2:22, which is a pretty good time.
Yeah, but I can't confirm this. Go ahead.
I was gonna say anything under like a 2:30 is really good.
On normal logic, no less. That's actually not bad. And I will say that this is so we have official race time of 2:22:49, taking first on the race room and first overall.
Nice work to Aussie.
And Aussie's in the booth with us, and now he actually is with us in the race room. GG.
Hey, GG.
Okay.
GG's, man.
Yeah. So, give us a rundown on what you think about like the scene, because this was quite a fun little story.
Oh, is it now? I like the scene. I guess starting from the finish time. I like having my 220s. It's been a while since I've gotten one, so I'm happy about that.
On normal logic too. That's actually it's a nice little thing to see in a normal logic thing with that low one. I've seen it like I know like typically I think normals like go through like 3 hours. But I will say that your decision to do the crystal flash skip was quite the big deal in between you and Apathy, because Apathy had left out Meridia for the longest period of time. Now just making it back in.
Oh, that had Quake, was it?
Quake, yeah, and precious missiles, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I forgot about that at the time, and just called Meridia as being empty, like other than Varia.
Apathy
yeah,
has
Quake
spent
was good.
Apathy has spent probably the last half hour to like 40-ish minutes just looking for his Quake, and just now picking it up.
Yeah, that is go mode for Apathy Duck. We'll still have to clear out Dragon Rydia. Dragon Rydia. Dragon and Ridley, not Rydia. That's Final Fantasy IV.
So we have Dragon, Ridley, as well as still has to do Turtle Rock, Ganon, and Desert. Yeah, we still have a good bit of race here going.
Yeah, this is a seed where a lot of dungeons were completable with like single progression items just off on their own. So it really helped that I got my Go mode in Hype Cave, like with mitts and flipsters together, which were locking a lot.
Yeah. He Athlete Duck did grab his hype cave significantly before you, but it really did just boil it down to the crystal flash for Quake.
Yeah. Not surprised he got there first. I full cleared a lot before that point, but it really worked out.
Yeah, yeah, it was a pretty nice seed in all things considered, and plus it also was nice that all three three of the tokens ended up being Link to the Past. And it was funny because I thought oh yeah, we're Aussie's gonna go back to Desert Palace, right? He's gonna go back to Desert Palace, right? Oh wait, 7 crystals. Clear out again and then Desert Palace.
Yeah, that's pretty much why I did that. Like, just show off you can do desert after.
Yeah. Yeah. That's I like the personally speaking. I actually like the tokens. It does make things a little interesting now.
We were discussing which just like your little flashy tricks there at the end. You were going for your Moldorm Bouse and your Baby Metroid skip. Unfortunately, Moldorm 2 will have, you know, his consistencies, right? So
Those are really good setups for Moldorm Bounce. First time I just missed the frame, and second time I got a boot stash just when I was trying to release the spin. But everything else was set up great. So sad to have missed that. And then got a little upset with the whole endgame after that point. But the baby skip was good, because I didn't have speed, and I don't normally get it without speed.
yeah. Well, I wonder where is speed? We never saw it this seed.
I don't think I saw speed. Like we in this entire time. I don't think we ever seen speed. If we had saw.
It might just be sitting at like the end of like Skull Woods or something. Sitting somewhere in a pendant dungeon we weren't gonna grab.
Not Skull, because I got both items.
Yeah, I checked. I'm checking on the notes that Matty Workert has, and it looks like there's no speed booster that was found anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. Big game. Lots of places it could be.
Yep. Athlete Duck is doing his desert clear now. Still has not touched his Turtle Rock though.
Yeah, I guess speaking to logic, that's part of the reason I went to Croc. I like to follow the wave beam whenever I get it in normal logic, because it locks like only Croc and the wave gate in Pink Brimstone. And then that ended up having Samaria.
Yeah. When Athlete Duck did go into Meridia, he went in and grabbed his Varia and immediately left for his Bubble Mountain and Croc. He didn't full commit in where you were able to grab your Quake. If he had have stuck around, went and grabbed Quake, because I believe he already had Ice Beam walking in there. Because he dove Norfair before you did. But if he had have stuck around, grabbed Quake, definitely would have been a lot closer. Because a lot of your pathing afterwards was very similar.
Yeah, like I feel like the Dark World routing wasn't too complicated. Like, the items weren't that out of the way.
Yeah. Yeah, I always considered it was a nice little seed, and a 195 out of 216 ain't too bad.
Sub 200 is nice too. I've been on such a high collection rate streak. Like, I'm used to seeing 220s nowadays. So.
Oh, right, because doesn't, like, with that, Or no, wait, never mind. That's the tokens aren't considered part of the collection, right? Never mind. But Appy Duck now heading over to Turtle Rock at this point, with that quake in hand. Yeah, I don't have anything else to say, like anything else to ask you or whatever. Just so if you got anything else to add up or just to any final thoughts, you can go ahead and just say whatever you want.
At least one more thought about the seed is that I was full clearing a lot, but also getting paid off, like swords and wreck ship, and then Upper Northers, eventually Samaria. Screw attack in Meridia, something I liked having. So it was a lot of full clearing, but it didn't turn into wasted time.
And if my memory is serving me correctly, you had to go grab that screw attack again because you did safe scum away from it, didn't you?
Yeah. Like, I really wanted it for Lore Warfare. I only had 3 tanks. 2 or 3 tanks.
Yeah, Appy Duck still doesn't have his screw attack. He never grabbed it. You guys did both skip your plasmas, though.
Yeah, it's like with more E-tanks, there's no reason to get screw attack. But
yeah.
It speeds things up and it's safe. Yeah, that's it from me. So, thanks for...
You know, it was a incredible race.
Yeah. So, yeah, Appy Duck now is going to head over to, on Turtle Rock, just going to go ahead and finish this all out. Yeah,
Thank you to Aussie for coming in for that little post-race interview. Of course, you guys can go follow his stream, where he does this kind of stuff. If you want to get more in depth on his mind state and where he plays his games.
yeah, and again, I will say this again. Appy Duck is a good runner. It's kind of it feels kind of bad to not just have that quake being like being leaving out Meridia for as long as he did, and then just leave it up. But now he has got that quake, so he's okay.
You know, we really can't undermine just the talent of Appy Duck as well. Like, he is a very, very, very talented runner. It's just this seed came down, just didn't really match how he liked to route. It forced him away from, or like he forced himself away from some places where were logical to check, but he had some other preferences, and it just boils down to not a skill differential, but just a choice in routing.
Right. Yeah, and that's kind of the more kind of the hard thing to really pin down is how effectively what's the best way to route this? Like how to best route any seed. Routing is a tough thing to decipher because you have to, because there's a lot of factors that come into play when you're routing stuff, and not just for not for just randomizer, not for Super Metroid randomizer, but not just linked to the past randomizer, but all randomizers. Like there's just, and any randomizer routing is as a thing that can make or break a run, and it's really it's very subjective.
Yeah, I think the other big thing with it is that Aussie had a lot more, I don't want to say, he had the more brave choice of breaking logic. You need to really trust yourself when you want to break logic to make sure that you understand what items you have access to and which ones are illegal items to use. So with Appy Duck playing safer, not breaking logic nearly as often, it didn't play off, but that's the risk of breaking logic. It's a risky play. Sometimes it pays off, in which case this race, it very drastically did pay off on the side of Aussie.
Right, yeah. Yeah, and I will say this in context with her in the race room. So far, only Aussie is the one that finished. There's only been one forfeit as well. But we're gonna get through this. Like that's there's still right now. There's currently 6 runners still playing, which includes Appetite Duck. So he's not in immediate, not really like in any like. Doesn't feel like he might be feeling a little bit bad and might also be feeling behind in terms of just might be feeling like he may have gotten a low position, but still, but the fact that Apathy Duck is still like there's still a second and third place top place to claim. There's still like you can still manage to get a podium finish.
Yep. We see he's got to go clear his Trinex out now. Trinex into GT into our Mother Brain, and then we're done. He does, I believe, get that first. Yeah. Very, very quick track fight.
So there goes Trinex for Apathy Duck. And that will be the 7th crystal for Apathy Duck. So going to go ahead to GT. And if Apathy chooses to go Hope Room first, he will be getting himself that big key at number 1.
We can play another little game of how long do you think until he finds it? We know it was a first check, but
GT running is its own thing too. I don't want to put any ill will towards Apathy Duck right at the moment. So we'll just see how he plays it out. I think he still goes Hope Room laps, or even then you could still. Another thing he could do is that he could take a DM route. That is to say, you go up to Stalfo's room, but then mirror. And then head over to the right, and he'll still find it that way. The most common routes for GT either have you go left or right. And it looks like right first or left first. If you go left first, then you're probably the most common route is just stopping. It's just stopping at Stalfo's room. And then just zeroing out, and that looks like what Appy Duck is doing. If it doesn't commit to the full left, I'll have to see what happens if Appy decides to kill the. Okay, looks like this is going to be a DM route, so that will lead Apathy to that big key on right side on Hope Room, which makes sense because that's kind of the more common. That's the common route you do if you're going to do right side. Or wait.
What is he?
Okay,
no, he's not.
I was gonna say wait. I was like wait.
I was very scared for a second.
No, I was wondering wait. Samaria block then the right chest like that. I know typically, most commonly you see like runners just go right, left, right chest, left chest, then Samaria block, but not left chest, Samaria block, and then right chest. Although you can also do left chest, right chest if you really wanted to, on both ends.
I believe we saw Aussie did right check, left check.
This was a right left because you could just hook shot over to the right chest and then just grab that and then go to the left chest from there because that's kind of what you do in Hope Room because I believe I think it's closer to it's like the right chest. I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's like both are like equal, but commonly you see the hook shot come out on the right side, on the right chest, like hooking to the right chest. It could be that the right chest is farther away. I need to look at it again. But,
Yeah.
half the time I don't even know what I'm saying.
I mean, hey, just saying things.
Right.
How you get through life. Little bonk. Silver arrows doing work.
So did Apathy Duck get did Apathy Duck's block get Samaria beams get blocked by the spike? Because I think that can happen because for one reason or another, I've had it happen before. Some like the Wizrobe rooms are like easily taken out with the Samaria block. The second one was a little bit more complicated, but not by much.
Is that Pothera guaranteed big magic? He goes out of his way to pick it up.
Yes, that is a full magic container on the right before you go up the stairs to Torches 2.
Just to make sure you can't get locked out.
Yeah, it wouldn't make sense if they didn't place it there if you missed it.
Does he go for Hera Bounce? Or not Hera, sorry, Moldrum?
I don't think so, because I'm pretty sure Epic Deck doesn't really know how to do it, or at least the way Aussie does is, or both ways. I don't know. And I also could have got Moldrum too, just because. Why not? You might as well just grab it if you want to just like kind of add something to your collection, right? That's kind of the thing with Moldrum 2 chests, is that you check it just to add something to your collection, right? Just reasons.
It could be an extra heart container.
Oh, Duck was the one who discovered the Moldrum has. Never mind.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say I don't know who created or like who found the bounce. I just know that most people default to hover it if they're good at hovering.
Well, like, so here's the funny thing. I actually can hover. I'm not consistent with it, but I can do it.
I can hover in OOT if that counts for anything.
That's because it's a dedicated item called the hover boots.
Well, God. Do you know what I'm talking like with the infinite sword?
There's also the hover boots item as well.
Yeah.
But I think I know what you're talking about though. There's that weird but not like weird looking hover.
The backflip. Yeah. It's no, it's been fun because I've always been a 3D Zelda runner. Like I really put most of my time into Wind Waker, but over the last year, I've started investing more into 2D, where I put a lot of time into Minish Cap, and now looking into Link to the Past. So it's been really fun, researching and learning all about the tricks and how they work.
Breaker is actually kind of. I'll TLDR this, but you can. There's a state where there's a state in the game, in the game's code where that determines if you're in a door, and for one reason or another, having something block you just in a certain way, for whatever reason, just if that door state is further reached out a certain amount of pixels, so you can go through the icebreaker door, and also Meyer door sometimes if you're quick, based on the pixel, or the Meyer door, because you can dash through it with a certain amount of pixels. But get a single G out for Apathy Duck. Yeah, it's basically the way that door like basically had Metal Gear said it straight up. It's just that they it's just that the game just has like a weird it behaves a little weirdly on if there's something blocking you or whatever. If there's something in the door or whatever, but Diver Down the other one that we saw was that it's all it is just that there's the swimming layer is that this part where you swim on is actually just a trigger from the stairs, and the actual water graphic is just a layering thing. So it's if you bypass that, you can hop down to where the items are and grab the items from there. But Abby Duck will now head to Turian. Again, no finishes yet. There's still a podium slot open.
This is a little surprising. Like, this has gone... It was a pretty mid-game seed, where like the early game was a little slow, then they started ramping up, and now it's slowed down a bunch. But I wonder if did really no other players really go for an early Meridia?
From what, as far as that, judging by the race room, probably not, because like the fact that Aussie's Crystal Flash Crystal Flash clip made it so that yes, he was out of logic, but he got rewarded, and Everly Duck was, to his credit, was playing within the logic, so it totally makes sense. They chose not to go there, but considering how much stuff that he had to do in Link to the Past, I can't really blame him for just staying in Link to the Past for as long as he did. It just ended up didn't pay out in the end.
I guess I'm more just surprised that no player, because I mentioned how Athlete Duck went and grabbed his Varia and immediately turned around. I'm honestly surprised we didn't see a player grab Varia and just stick out the Meridia. I feel like if that was a play that happened, that would have been a pretty quick finish.
Yeah, actually, speaking of which, I actually did check in. I checked after a refresh of the race room. Hitaka had finished seconds with 2:42.39. That was cool. I can actually say this because he's already finished.
Yeah. We now have, so it's a third place spot open, right, for Avatar?
Yeah, and then afterwards there's a top cut slot at fourth.
All right.
Or a top 5 finish.
As long as the Mother Brain fight goes smoothly, we're still looking at a sub 3 for Apathy Dog. It's gonna get close, but
Resist skip, and gets it.
very quickly too. That was very impressive. Really just reminding me, I need to go learn that trick.
So, Apathy Duck had to go and start his Mother Brain fight.
Starts unloading super missiles.
Unloading it on the just all the super missiles. You have 120 missiles. It's you have plenty of missiles to work with, and you have a bunch of super. You already use a bunch of your Super Metroid super missiles, not Super Metroids. That's what we're playing that right now. Still needs a bit. I think still needs more. Or probably Oh, I see what he probably wants. I think he wants to go and do. I guess. Yeah, this is gonna be this is gonna be a stand-up glitch affair. So has to stay in the air for during key parts in the fights to keep the stand-up glitch stand-up state going.
Hopefully it's a cool glitch. I don't think I've ever seen this actually. I was very confused when I was looking at it.
This is stand-up glitch. You see it. This is a bit more of a. You see it. Sometimes you see it so it's so you can get more damage on Mother Brain, which would mean that you don't have to worry about some extra Hyper Beam shots. It just makes the Hyper Beam phase a bit faster because if you have if you're in the air while you're during key parts of the fight, you never get into the crouching and looking up state.
Yeah.
And then the crouching and looking straight ahead part of the fight. In certain parts, I'm only knowing this I'm only like abridging this because I don't know all the intricacies about stand-up glitch myself, but because I'm not a Super Metroid player. I'm only to the past player, so
Yeah.
If I got anything mixed up, let me know.
Yeah, I was like, I was a casual Metroid player. It was like my first game as a kid. But other than that, I don't know a lot of the tricks for Super Metroid. I love the game and I know everything about it casually in and out, and even like 100% in and out. But it's definitely been fun to learn a little bit more about the speed run and the overall glitches we see used in Randomizer and various showcases.
Yeah, and so after he's going through the escape, I will actually go through the schedule coming up for Thursday, May 17th. Because although right now there is a couple things going on.
That doesn't add up. Because today is Monday, May 16th.
Yeah, I'm looking ahead. So it's like
Thursday.
I said Tuesday. I said Thursday.
Yeah, you said Thursday, May 17th. I'm like, that is not happening this year.
It's like nearly midnight over here, so
cut me some slack. Cut me some slack. I'm sitting at a beautiful midnight right now.
Yeah. But yeah, currently right now there on Speaking 5 there is we have returned to restreams on Link to the Past Randomizer Daily Race. We're doing a throwback to the Metroid tournament, the main tournament for 2021. We are playing Stand Hard, and I also will say GG's in the chat for Epic Duck. The official race time ends up being 2:54.29, second on restream, third overall.
Respectable place.
Yeah, as it stands right now, we only have two events going on right now, being the Luigi's Mansion 80% no out of bounds tournament that has returned once more for your funny ghost hunting shenanigans, and then we have the daily race happening at 7 p.m. The Luigi's Mansion matches are going to be 3 and 4 p.m. Eastern, respectively. Also, hi, FV Duck.
You guys are still here?
Yep.
Yep.
We stuck around for you.
Yeah. Yeah, that quake was that was a thing.
Yeah, I mean, I was playing to win, so once the route went badly, I started dipping the pendants. Like, I knew it was a small chance, but especially when I saw boots, because I know a lot of people do Skullwood. So when I saw those boots, I was like, well, that's that.
Yeah. And then the other yeah, that was part of it. And yeah, and then there's also the fact that honestly I have to do a Crystal Flash skip for Meridia. That's why that's how he got his Quake through Precious missiles.
Yeah, actually, I didn't even realize that till late. Like, the reason I turned around wasn't even so much because I mean I'll do that clip too. I turned around more that like all I had, like it was gonna be slow with gravity jumps and stuff, and I just didn't want to. And I was like, well, Vari is pretty big. Plus, I knew about Fire Rod, which would get me through Pod. So I was like, well, I'll just do Norfair, and I wasn't planning on really doing lower Norfair. With 3, like I considered it, but it was going to be slow. So I didn't want to do that, and then I found the whole hook shot back into space thing. Since it's normal, I was like, well, okay, I know this is all behind mitts now, and I don't have mitts, so like I'm fine bailing out on all of this, and like because at that point I was like, basically all I needed, like mitts, it really restricted where mitts could be. And like all I needed was theoretically was flippers and boots. So like, okay, let me start doing the Dark World stuff. Hopefully I'll find mitts. Then I can do Total Rock probably. Or Total Rock will probably also be behind boots. And then of course it was Quake, which was the worst possible. So like once I saw it was Quake, I was like, well, I'm screwed. And that's when I was like, well, I gotta start making some plays here. So
Yeah.
But, no, it was still an amazing race. It just really did boil down to just the choice of leaving Meridia once you got your Varia, which did make perfect sense with given logic. It's just,
well, again, like the logic wasn't that wasn't even in my, because I would have gone up there and went, oops, I don't have anything, and then done the Crystal Flash. So I mean, it wasn't even the Quake. It was the boots still would have taken that long. And then at that point, I was purposely avoiding Meridia because I was like, if it's Meridia, he's done. And like, yeah. Of course, he finished right when I was after Meyer. I'm like, well, he's gonna be done soon because it's probably Meridia. And then I saw the dot done. I'm like, yep, there we go. So yeah, I mean that's the way it goes. Like, I mean, especially like my Rick ship is really bad. I was like really slow. I was having so much trouble with the bomb jumps today for some reason. I don't know why. So that was slow. Like, and like I didn't get anything there, and I was hoping like once I got the book, I was like maybe the swords will bail me out if he didn't do wreck ship, and it just like nothing worked out. So I mean, when nothing works out against Osk, he's gonna beat you by 30 minutes. Like, that's pretty much it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. As the whole like all adage goes, Rando will Rando.
Yeah, and I wasn't playing well either, so like it's fine. Like a little bit. I mean, it'd been nice if it wasn't a half hour, but you know, whatever. It'll happen.
Yeah. We're going to wrap this up pretty soon, so if you have any final thoughts, go ahead and say what you want.
No, that's it. GG's.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So yeah, that will conclude our Super Metroid Link to the Past Combo Randomizer Weekly for Monday. And I already mentioned what's been going on. Currently, as it stands, currently right now, if you're still up for around midnight in Eastern, the Zelda Randomizer tournament, Zelda 1 Randomizer tournament is going on over on Speed Gaming 2, and I already mentioned that there's the Stand Hard Link to the Past daily race, and then the 2 Luigi's Mansion tournament matches for 3 to 4 and 7 p.m. daily race. That's all it is right now. Well, all the three recently, just as I just mentioned already, don't have any restreams yet, but keep an eye out for the schedule in that case. But as to close things out, give both Aussie and Everything Duck follows if you haven't already. They put up an incredible show, and also give our restream team a nice hearty follow as well. Maddie Wackerd putting up being the tracker for most of these races as of late for SMZ3, and then my co-com Azzy for helping me out and stuff, and of course follow me, Professor Render. I do stuff as well, not SMZ3, but I do play stuff.
Oh yeah, if you're looking for anything of this, don't like that's not the content I'm giving. I play League of Legends.
But yeah, I mean that's still, you can still just follow him anyway, because like even if you play
Yeah.
even if you play League. but anyway, that'll do it for us. Until next time, take it easy and have a good rest of your nights or wherever you are in the world.
I'm sure it's not night somewhere, but for me it's midnight.